see Joe Biden? Joe Biden went on Jimmy Kimmel. For people who voted for Joe Biden, I know you're voting against Trump. Is this really what you thought you were going to get? I'm very curious. Because I hear people on the right say, oh, they must be regretting their decision now. But I'm not sure they do. Because every time Joe Biden tweets something absolutely ridiculously stupid, he gets a couple thousand comments or tweets back saying that we're so proud of the work you're doing. And it's like, really? Joe Biden on Jimmy Kimmel was sad. That's probably the best word I can use. It was so sad because he slouched over. He's really small compared to Jimmy Kimmel. He doesn't have any presence at all. He's not sitting back with his chest out and his shoulders back. He's not. There's nothing. It's so weak seeing a man who can barely talk. He's like, I'm pretty sure all the fans in the building have to be turned off. I'm pretty sure that everybody has to be silenced, and it probably says silence to the crowd so we can hear what this guy's trying to say. That's how weak he's not even able to speak and project his voice. As he was leaving that ridiculous world, whatever nonsense summit, he tripped up the stairs again. And the lady tried to ignore it, but the lady reporting on it tried to ignore it, but you can't. Maybe if it was the first time, you could ignore it. Why are we letting him go upstairs by himself? Where's Jill? Somebody carry that man upstairs. But did you hear what he was saying on Jimmy Kimmel? These reporters, they're using stuff for clicks. Do we really talk about clickbait now in 2022? Is that even a thing? I haven't heard that in a very long time. I had to think about what he was saying because I hadn't even thought about clickbait. Because that's typically reserved for emails or websites on other websites. Now he's using it in a way that to me doesn't make sense. But I think I would have understood if that was the only time he said something stupid. But it's not, so I'm now trying to figure out what he's trying to say. I'm listening closer than his average voter who loves the guy. Because these same people who would rip Trump for saying something that wasn't dumb, it was just something they disagreed with, or something they didn't understand. Like, oh, he said drink bleach. He never said that, but they were looking for things to talk about. So you could say anything and then say, oh, he really said it? Yeah, and then they just go repeat it. But do you watch Joe Biden try it? The freaking phone keeps overheating. I gotta figure this out. I guess I don't have to do videos in the car. It's just the easiest place to doing it. Anyway, back to Joe Biden. We can have Bernie's president. Do you actually listen to what he's trying to say? Because I find myself almost trying to finish his sentences for him because I feel bad. You know how you do that when somebody stutters? You'll see him every now and then do that. You'll see the tick and then you're like, oh no, I need help. Should I pop in the back of the head so you can spit it out, or what do I do? So I just find myself watching TV, not really cheering for him or rooting him on, but I think he's trying to say, stop. And with the words, I try to fill them in. Sometimes I do it on purpose to where I'm filling in words that I know he doesn't mean, but that would be funny if he was trying to say. Like, I just throw that out there. Longer words that he may not know. Because I know he's struggling, and I feel bad that he's struggling, but he ran for office, and you guys voted him in, so you deserve what you get. You really do. I don't, but you do. If you voted for him, you deserve everything we get. I just pray that it's not so terrible that we can't recover from it. But you definitely asked for it. And you proudly asked for it. You wore little stickers and buttons on your shirt. Say, I'm proud I got him in. I voted for Biden. Oh, well. You guys are all kind of hiding now, except for those people on Twitter. And half of them are bots anyway. Let's be real. Nobody really wanted him in. They just didn't want Trump in. But at that expense, would you rather have mean tweets and 1% inflation? Or a really nice old man massacre? Would you rather have that and over 11% inflation? Wouldn't it be great if our dollar had some value? That would be cool. Remember those days? That was cool. That was awesome. That was fun. Oh, man. Remember those days where you could make fun of what Trump said because you could actually hear it and understand it? That was fun. That was awesome. There's why we didn't have to deal with that. The heavy breathing. Talking about black people like he literally said roaches. I don't know why he threw that out there. But remember those days? Those were the good old days before this. What's so cool is that, I won't say cool, interesting to me psychologically. They keep blaming the pandemic as if it didn't start until he got in office. Yeah, Trump had the whole pandemic, day one till the day you got there. I heard somebody the other day on, I don't even remember what it was on, saying, yeah, but when it comes to economics, stuff doesn't just change right away. It could take a year or so. Okay, well, it's been a year and a half. It's been a year and a half. How come nothing that Biden's done has worked? It should work now. And I use their own words. It's been a year. So, after Trump's year, we still were at 1% inflation. We still had why is this guy coming up on me like he's crazy? We still had supply chain consistency. We still had airline pilots. Remember those days? It's not just gas that's raising our prices. If you've tried to fly anywhere recently, there's a pilot shortage. Not sure if you knew that. There is. But you remember those days when you could go to the gas station? I don't know, here you pay $2, less than $2. Remember those days a year and a half ago? We're gonna blame the pandemic, even though these days what we're talking about, these things were all different during the pandemic. The world was shut down, not just this country, and we were still better off than we are right now. Whose issue would be the pilot shortage and supply chain crisis that we're having right now? Department of Transportation? Who's in charge of that? Oh, Mayor Pete. He's in charge of that. Wonder what he's up to right now. He's probably on another FMLA, another family medical leave absence. Remember when he was recovering from having the first baby? Mid-crisis, thousands of containers sitting at docks. Inability to bring them in, inability to transport, product just getting destroyed. Just sitting there melting in containers, and he's on FMLA because him and his husband are trying to decide which person had the baby and needs to recover. You got to get the bonding time for the other parent, and he's got to take care of his husband, and vice versa, depending on who they decided had the baby. Because men can have babies. Mayor Pete, he's doing a phenomenal job, just phenomenal. Who's our Treasury Secretary right now? Yellen, Janet Yellen. Yeah. Remember when she was saying inflation had nothing to do with oil and the pandemic, and now she started blaming the gas prices on inflation, and then she started blaming inflation on Putin. This is Putin's recession. You know what she said the other day when they pulled her out for a committee hearing? She said, well, she admitted she was wrong. I'm not going to quote her. She admitted she was wrong, but said something along the lines of, I hope it gets better soon. She's going to get promoted. These people fail up. Government officials fail up. They're the worst of the worst. No matter how bad you are, just having a title and a recognizable name will get you promoted. Doesn't work like that in any sector, any private sector on earth. But you go public, the government, you get promoted. You may even get elected in the office. And then you can say, well, I wrote this legislation. My name's on, I was an author. I co-authored this whatever nonsense. That's what they do. Anyway, Joe Biden on Jimmy Kimmel. Phenomenal stuff watching him mumble. And Kimmel pretend like he, not only does he understand, but he agrees with whatever he knows he doesn't understand because he can't hear it. You gotta do something. Okay. That was all.